Hey, what is up everyone, me llamo Riso, aka the Wolf, and welcome to the Wolf's Den. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. How hard is it, and is it worth 100%ing Dying Light? Good night, good luck. In 2022? Let's find out.
So our story begins.
Keep in mind this is meant more so to be an informative video, so don't expect too much interesting gameplay. If you want to see a video where you get a feel for the game, check out my review that's popping up here. So let me just start off by saying this. Yes, this game is still 100%able in 2022. I want to start off with that because nowadays a lot of games you actually can't 100%, either because of online trophies or other services that the game no longer provides. Dying Light 1, you can still 100% in 2022. If the multiplayer shuts down, I guess that's screwed. But as long as it's still going, you're in the clear. Okay, so let me break down what this video is going to look like. First, I'm going to start off by telling you some basic stats for 100%ing this game. Then we're going to talk about whether or not it's actually worth completing this game or if I had fun doing it. From there, we're going to talk about the grind. And yes, this game does have a grind. Any online or multiplayer trophies. Any particularly hard trophies. If you do decide you want to 100% this game, we're going to talk about all the trophies that you should keep an eye out for from the moment you start the game to avoid having much more of a grind at the end. And any other trophy or achievement that I might have any kind of advice with completing. So let's talk about the basic stats. Good news is you can 100% this game in one playthrough. According to the internet, it should take about 50-ish hours to complete this game. Are there luck-based trophies in this game? No, we're good. Are there missable trophies in this game? No, we're good. There's really no trophies that you have to get good for, meaning invest hours and hours of gameplay just to develop a skill in it. Does this game have a grind? Yes. Does the game have multiplayer trophies? Yes. And if you're playing on PlayStation, there's a 6.51 rarity for this platinum. Solid percentage, not as low as some other plats, but definitely something you should be proud of. So is it worth getting the platinum? Are you gonna get a huge sense of pride for 100%ing this game? That's really gonna go based off of how much fun you had playing the game. Everyone goes for the 100% for different reasons. There are some games that you 100% because they're really hard and you want that sense of achievement and be like, yeah, I did it. There's some that are complete grind. It's not hard, but the grind itself can make it hard. Also something to be proud of. And even though this game is amazing, we all know that the game being fun doesn't always make completing it fun as well. So is it worth 100%ing Dying Light in 2022? Well, how about we talk about some of the trophies and then I'll let you decide for yourself at the end of the video. Also, if I had to give this game a difficulty rating for completing, I'd say it's about medium. It's mostly because there's a little bit of a grind in this game, and they don't make the grind easy. Again, that rating, completely subjective, but I'm just giving you my thoughts. Does this game have a grind? Yes, as I mentioned. Now let's get into that. There's a total of 67 collectibles that you have to find throughout the game. And no, there is no way to see the collectibles on the map. The only way to find these collectibles is probably with a guide, unless you want to look it for yourself. I'm going to be posting a guide down in the description below. Now here's the second most grindy, time-consuming trophy in this game. It's called Mount Everest. You have to climb at least 8,848 meters on various objects. Climbing literally means climbing, not just running, climbing stuff. The good thing is this trophy is trackable. If you go to the main menu of the game before you start the game and you go to personal statistics, which is I think in extras, look through their stats. There's one of those stats that should show you how much you've climbed. After you look at how much you've climbed, just keep in mind you need to get that to 8,848. I am linking a video down in the description to show you a good grinding spot to climb. You're basically just going to be repeating climbing the same tower. You can do this while watching a show on the side or doing something else, which in my opinion makes it a little bit less, you know, bad than the collectible one. I have a huge grudge against getting those collectibles though, but still a huge grind nonetheless. So if you do decide to 100% this game, all I can say is good night, good luck. Now, if you're still on board and you still want to complete this game, you're like, oh no, I can do the grind. That doesn't sound too bad, you wimp. Well, let's get into multiplayer trophies, especially if in 2022 it might not be as easy to find people as you might think. Does the game have multiplayer trophies? Yes. Now, luckily 2 of them aren't that hard and it only requires 1 other person, but there is a multiplayer trophy that could be a deal breaker for some people, which I know I said there weren't any luck trophies, but this one could kind of count as a luck trophy. Now, if you can find yourself 3 other people to play this game with you, you should be fine. If you're used to going into different discords and to different forums to find people, you're good. But if not, you might struggle a little bit with this trophy. The trophy is called Polyamory. Polyamory? To get this achievement, you have to complete 5 quests in a single co-op game with the 3 same partners. Wow. You know what I mean, with the same 3 partners. My one little advice for this, have 5 different side quests ready to be turned in. Hope that you get lucky enough to get 3 other people to stay in your game long enough and then turn in all those 5 quests while those 3 are in your lobby with you. Then there's also Lucky 7 and Haran Athlete. With these, you just have to take part in co-op competitions or win co-op competitions. Which again, I guess if you don't really have anyone to play this game with, could be kind of hard, but still easier to do than the other one. Okay, so we've talked about the grind, and you're like, easy peasy. We've talked about the online/multiplayer trophies, trophies, and you're like, no way, I have friends. Well, now let's talk about the hard trophies. Now, this is probably the only trophy that will take any skill, if any. It's not really too hard, but for me, it really was. So I figured I'd warn you guys. The trophy's called I'm a Runner and a Fighter, and you have to complete 15 agility or power challenges. Now, there's a lot of these challenges throughout the game, and the good thing is you need to complete 15 of either or, a mixture of both of them, not just one or the other. But these are kind of known for being hard, at least especially the agility ones. I've really struggled with them. If there's any kind of skill involved in this game, this is probably the only trophy that will really challenge you, where you have to get good at. So lucky for you, there's really no other trophies that are hard to complete. You've heard me talk about the grind, the multiplayer, and the hard trophy? Well, congratulations, my friend, because the rest of these trophies should be easy peasy lemon squeeze. So now that you've fully committed yourself to 100% in this game, let's talk about the trophies that you want to keep an eye out for from the very beginning of the game, so that you don't have as much as a grind at the end of the game. Starting with, this is Haran! You kill 100 enemies by kicking them off rooftops / cliffs. Bolter hunting, catch 5 bolters, which really just means kills 5 bolters. Kill 5 bolters. Again, I never really struggled with this, but if you're having a hard time, just remember, be slow, avoid volatiles, and use your camouflage skill. Then you have the trophy, a game of catch. Kill 50 enemies with throwing weapons. Don't sell your throwing weapons. Keep them. Use them for this achievement. Haran shooting club. Kill 50 enemies with shooting weapons. Again, not hard, just keep it in mind. Blinded by the lights. Blind 25 volatiles with flares or flashlight. High flyer. Kill 25 enemies with a ground pound or drop attack. This skill is super fun to use, and if you don't have a good time using it, why are you playing this game? Judo Master. Throw 50 enemies with grapple. The grapple thing is really easy. You will unlock it relatively soon. Just start using it as the game goes on, so that you don't have to grind with 50 zombies at the end. Enlightened. Blind 25 enemies in the light trap. Whenever you go out at night, just turn on light traps as you see fit. This trophy will eventually pop. Okay, help me out with this one, or at least cut me some slack. Homo himini lupus est. Save 15 survivors from Rice's men. These are random events that happen throughout the game. Keep an eye out for them. They happen pretty consistently. Just make sure whenever you see one, go for it. Until this trophy pops, go for it. Go do it. Disaster recovery. Get 15 relief packages. This should also come pretty easy as long as you're doing those random events. Now it's safe. Capture all safe zones, 16 of them to be precise. Trespassing. Complete all quarantine zones, 8 of them. So both the safe zones and the quarantine zones aren't really too hard in my opinion. Just start knocking them out as you see them. They're pretty fun to complete. Now the only oof about the quarantine zones is that they're not marked on your map initially. I will also have a guide link down in the description for the quarantine zones. You also have electrified. Catch 25 enemies in an electric fence trap. As you're doing this one and you're trying to get a bunch of zombies to go to the trap, you should also get the trophy, everybody dance now. If you're for some reason struggling with this one, grab some firecrackers, get at least 5 zombies, throw it at the fence trap. Once all the 5 zombies are in the trap, turn it on. So that pretty much covers it for all the trophies that you want to keep an eye out for as you're playing through the game. We may have actually kind of leaked out of that with the Everybody Dance Down trophy. Now let's talk about some other trophies that stand out that aren't really too hard, but aren't really easy, I guess. You have Prom Night, which is to survive a night pursuit of level 2 or higher. Now this one can be easy if you pair it with a trophy called A Long Way Down. Now for the A Long Way Down trophy, you have to jump to the water from the infamy bridge and the slums at night. Get a bunch of volatiles to chase you. Make sure that you're at pursuit level 2 at least. Just make it to the end of the bridge. Enjoy the long fall down and watch these 2 achievements pop. Well, you make sure that you stay underground long enough for the pursuit to end, and then you should be good. The Italian Plumber trophy's fun. Kill an enemy with a wrench using vault followed by a drop attack. Now I know that sounds complicated, and I thought it was too, but once you get used to vaulting over zombies in the game, and once you get used to using the drop attack in the game, weaken up an enemy with a pipe, vault over them, and land on them with the kill. Easy trophy, fun trophy. Lastly, we have Barbecue. One of the only other ones they kind of have to go out of their way for. Stick a burning zombie on spikes. So all throughout the game you'll find various different forms of spikes and things that you can shove zombies into for them to just get, stab. My personal favorite is to drop kick them into it, but anyways, that one might be a little bit harder. Either grab a fire weapon and smack the zombies without killing them, get them on fire, and then drop kick them or grapple them onto the spikes. Or you could also try throwing a Molotov. Make sure it's not a direct hit because they might die instantly, or you might die in the process of trying to throw them into the spike. But either way, not too hard. After enough tries, you should be good to do it. You also have the trophy Can't Touch This. Kill 20 enemies in a row without taking damage. It might sound hard, but trust me, especially near the end game, not hard at all. Then you have Gabriel's Sword. Add a fire elemental effect to a sword or a a sword. Any blueprint that adds a fire element, even if it adds another element too, like electricity, is good. Now what counts as a sword? When you're looking through your weapons, look at the little icons. Like you have like a gun, you have like a bat, If it looks like a sword, it counts like a sword. And that's actually gonna do it for the trophy guide. Now, congratulations to you, my friend, because if you are on PlayStation, you just got yourself a platinum trophy. Now, there are some crazies that like going above and beyond and 100% of the DLC as well. This is also, I guess, if you have an Xbox and you want to see that juicy 100% in the Xbox. Okay, so starting off with the Bozak Horde, it does have a multiplayer only achievement, which is called Together Till the End. Not too hard though. All you have to do is complete the Bozak Horde with one other player. And keep in mind, if you're both going for the achievement, you're probably gonna have to do it twice. That's all I'm gonna say. You then have Electric Whisper. Learn how to craft electric arrows. To unlock the ability to craft electric arrows, you will need to kill 10 virals with bow shots. Then you have the trophy Things Go Kaboom. Learn how to craft exploding arrows. So this one's also a little bit tricky. You will need to finish all 20 trials in the following times, which I'm going to post on the screen right now. So take a screenshot, save it, do whatever you gotta do, and go get it done, you crazy. Then you have the Robin Hood theory. Score 10 headshots on Rice's men with a bow. If you're having trouble with this achievement, go down to the description. I've linked a link that can help you out with this down in the description. Okay, and I guess they also added these parkour achievements, which is like its own separate thing. Very self-explanatory, not hard to do. Sorry, not hard to understand, but very hard to do, in my opinion. We now have the following DLC. I don't think Hell Raid had any trophies or achievements. So here I'm only going to talk about the ones that aren't story related, same as I did with the base game. You have one called I Was Waiting for You for So Long. Reach the inner circle. Essentially max out the ranks that you can get for the following DLCs. Yeah, you want to get to the Disciple one. There's Sweaty Palms, which is kill a Demolisher with a vehicle. Doesn't sound like a good time. Link down in the description. It wasn't that hard, was it? You have to win a race. Again, this one really isn't that hard. This is the only one that can be missable. So make sure that if you're going for all the following DLCs, you do this on your first try. You have to make sure that you win Bilali's race on your first try. If you're playing this in co-op and you get second place, you're screwed. Make sure that you win first place in Bilali's race on your first try. You realize it's only points to you. Reach driver rank 12, nothing hard there. Maybe a little bit of grind. Go out to the fields to kill a lot of zombies. That's probably gonna be your best way to level up. And as you're doing that, you will get I Don't Approve of Mindless Fun, which is kill 500 zombies with your vehicles. Go out to the fields. There's a lot of zombies there. Oh, and then with that, you'll also get Formidophobic, which is destroy 50 scarecrows. Formidophobic, I think that's how you say it. You're gonna get 3 trophies by just driving around the fields. Wow, okay, I think that finally does it for all of the achievements and trophies that you can get in Dying Light Goodnight Good Luck, the first game. At least all the ones that I found relatively important enough to talk about. So, is it worth 100%ing Dying Light Goodnight Good Luck in 2022? Are you going to have fun with it? Remember, this is completely separate from the game itself. The game itself is amazing, but the question is, will you have fun 100%ing this game? Now, not including the grind trophies that I talk about, yes, I think this game is going to be super fun to complete. Even doing all the side quests, I didn't even really talk about that because that's an enjoyable thing to do. Now, is it worth busting through the grind to see that juicy 100% on your trophies page? That's going to be completely up to you as to how much you love this game to want it on that list with the juicy 100%. The grind itself isn't anything out of this world, it's just going to be pretty boring. Hence why in my philosophy for 100% in games, you should never have this feeling of having to go out of your way or feeling bored in the process. If I can have a game where getting all of the trophies is fun and I'm enjoying the entire process, that is the perfect game to 100% in my opinion. Because it has collectibles and because it has that Mount Everest trophy, even though it's a super fun game, having that grind in there removes it from my list of perfect games to 100%. With everyone being so busy nowadays, you ideally want to find a game like this where you feel like there is no grind. It's only fun getting that achievement. But that's the beauty of being a gamer. Everyone has fun in different ways. Some people love the grind. Now, that doesn't go without saying that it is not that bad. There are some games that are just stupid when it comes to the requirements they set for getting that 100%. This one isn't that bad. You might get bored getting the collectibles, you might get bored getting that Mount Everest trophy, but as to whether or not it is worth the grind is completely up to you. How bad do you want that 100% on your list of games? And that is going to do it for my guide on how to 100% Dying Light 1 and whether or not it's worth it. Now, as I kind of already hinted at in this video, I did not 100% this game. I am someone who used to love 100% in games. And then I realized that with my YouTube/streamer lifestyle, I no longer have time to unless it's the only thing that I dedicate myself to. And I like to do a lot of stuff. And unfortunately, Dying Light 1 did not pass my own personal test to make me want to go out of my way to 100% it mostly because of the collectibles. But I'd like to know your opinion. Are you trying to 100% this game? Did it pass your test? Is it something that you're willing to grind through and push through to see the juicy 100%? Alright everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe to one of the most amazing YouTube families out here. And on that note, I love you, Wolfpack, and I will see you all next time. Also, in my review for Dying Light, I totally did not talk about how amazing the ending for the following is. Just wanted to throw this in here because when I made the review, I hadn't finished it. Now I did finish the following DLC, and oh my gosh, the ending is so good.